Thank you so much, Susanne, for a truly fascinating and at times mind-boggling talk. Now, please start firing some questions into the Q&A. I'm sure there are plenty out there. Thank you for your bit of research on Jacob Bobart at the beginning. Yes, I wasn't, I said he was a local man because he was recruited locally, but you're right, he has this sort of enigmatic history and a lot of legends about him and his mercenary habits. So thank you for bringing that in. I hadn't read the paper that knew about his birth in Gdansk.
And the interpretation that the goat is actually kept away from his vegetables. This wasn't my invention. This is actually in that research paper about Bobart.
Extraordinary, because again, a popular myth.
Yes.
And the one that I've articulated myself is the goat represents one of his pets. And
yes, I read that.
A strange thing to actually have as a pet, and now it's symbolic.
And it says that this goat is actually emancipated because he is keeping it at bay. You know, normally, but okay, it's all in this paper.
Yes. Okay. Well, we can't go on about Jacob Bobart, as fascinating as he is, but he was interested in fascinating plants, and I'm sure he would have most enjoyed your talk just now. And so. Yes, and also for referencing Oxford and Camilla Huxley. I remember her fascinating lectures when I was an undergraduate and introduced me to the amazing world of ant plants. So I'll get on with the questions without further ado. The first one that came in asked, are there any benefits to the trees on which the squamularia grows?
Yes. I can answer, right?
Yes.
We do not have quantitative data on this. We do have data on the particular species of trees that carry these epiphytes. So like I said, it's a small, relatively small subset of trees that have the epiphytes. My feeling from other studies, not ours, is that these epiphytes present a burden to the tree, because when it rains, you know, these are heavy, and so the tree clearly needs to put in more lignin, more support to maintain its branches. If there are too many epiphytes sitting on these branches, it must be a burden on the tree.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Here's another one. Does the old flower cuticle biting ant behavior have anything to do with pollination?
No, it has not. The reproductive function of these plants is fulfilled. So the pollinators will come while the flower is open without offering nectar. These pollinators are not nectariferous, nectar taking. Okay, it's super interesting.
Yeah, so what are the pollinators?
It is, I think, we do not have good data on the pollinators, okay? We think it is small flies and bees.
Ah, okay.
We do not have solid data on the pollinators.
Sorry.
Yeah. It is really an unusual type of nectar reward that the ants have evolved this, you know, behavior of biting into the old flowers to get at this nectar is amazing.
It is. Yeah. It is indeed. Here's one. The comment is fascinating talk. Didn't Guillaume get bitten by the ants? When
yes, yes, he did. He did. These are very aggressive ants, and he got bitten. This is why he's all, you know, all gloved up, the blue plastic gloves. And I don't know whether you saw that he had plastic around there protecting his body. It was terrible work.
Yes.
And it's not only the ants. There are also sometimes scorpions inside these domatia, in the old ones, the old domatia.
Oh dear. The size of the ant plants is amazing. Has any research been done into the maximum size they can reach before they would fall off the tree?
Excellent question. So Guillaume has weighed them in the field, and they are huge. I mean, like up to let me see, centimeters, 50 centimeters in diameter. I was amazed at the ones he brought back to Munich, football size. And when we put them into the cytometer, the most amazing thing was that some ants survived the CT scanning.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I often say that the ants will be here if there's a
amazing
war.
Absolutely
After a nuclear war. Yes, yes. Right, I can't see any more questions coming in, and we do have to move on shortly. So Susanne, thank you so much for that wonderful talk, and I hope you'll stay with us for a bit longer, maybe pop in again tomorrow. But I just end with finishing on your point about studying mutualisms, and particularly these really understudied tropical mutualisms, by just making a plug for looking at figs as well, and what's going on inside the fig syconium and the amazing microcosm that we see there. So figs and ant plants, it's all got me thinking there. Thank you, Susanne.